Hi class, today we're going to take a look at B.9, number 4. So my problem was that we had 5x squared plus 3x is less than 21x minus 9. And I needed to solve it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is to get everything on one side of the inequality simple. So we'll subtract 21x from both sides. So I'll get 5x squared minus 18x, 9, and then we'll add 9 to both sides. Okay, so now we have the situation where y is equal to 5x squared minus 18x plus 9, and this is when we want to know y is less than 0. Okay, so we're going to set equal to 0 and start factoring. Okay, so solve factor. Okay, so let's set it equal to 0. Okay, so to factor, I'm going to use AC grouping. So this would be my A value, and this is my C value, and this is my B value. Okay, so for AC grouping, I find what's A times C. So that's 5 times 9, so that's 45. And then what's B is negative 18. Okay, so we need to multiply to 45 and add to negative 18. And now we can start listing out things that multiply to 45 and start adding them up and see which ones give us negative 18. But I happen to know that 45 is 3 times 15. So 3 plus 15 is 18. So if those were both negative, we could end up with a positive 45 and a negative 18. All right, so our two numbers that we were looking for is negative 3 and negative 15. So now those go back into our equation and we do grouping. So from the first two, our greatest common factor is 5x, and from the second two, our greatest common factor is negative 3. So from the first two, if I factor out that 5x, I'm left with x minus 3. And if I factor out the negative 3, I have x minus 3 left over. So that gives us, oh, screwed it up, sorry. All the way up. So that gives us x minus 3 and 5x minus 3. So if we set each one of these equal to 0, we're going to get x minus 3 is 0, so x is 3, or 5x minus 3, or x is 3/5. Okay, so those are our critical values there that we're going to look at as we continue solving this inequality. All right, so imagine now that we have this number line. Let's start on a new page. Okay, so we have a number line now. Oh, it's a little wonky. It says 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have an open circle on 3. We have an open circle somewhere here at 3/5. And now we've divided this into 3 regions. So this region is negative infinity up to 3/5. Between the two is 3/5 to 3, and beyond would be 3 to infinity. Okay, so we want to figure out which of these regions our solution set lies in. We know it's not on 3/5 or on 3, but we know in these regions, we're going to test some points and see which region is in our solution. Okay, so now we gotta test some points. So if x is equal to 0, we'll get y is 5 times 0 squared minus 18 times 0 plus 9. So y is 9, which is positive. Okay, and we wanted to know when y was less than 0. Okay, so with this being positive, this is saying that y is greater than 0 at that test point. So we don't want this region here, negative infinity to 3/5. That doesn't satisfy y being less than 0. If it was negative, we would be okay, but it was positive. So let's try another point here. How about that was over here. Now let's try, say, 1 between the two. Okay, so we found that this one is negative, so y is less than 0 in this region up here. That's what we wanted to find out. We have to test one more point over here to see if, hey, maybe there's a point over here that works too. In this whole, we have two regions that work or something. So let's try x to 4. So this is positive. So y is greater than 0. Okay, so that means for this region here, it's not going to work for us. So the only one that works is between these two values. So our solution is that um, from is 3/5 to 3 with parentheses. So any value in there between 3/5 and 3, that's going to make this whole inequality work. Okay? All right. So if we go back to our original inequality, back up here, I could put in any value between 3/5 and 3 and get something that's less than 0. All right. I hope that you had this helps, and I will talk to you soon.